Money boy in the building. How y'all doing today? I hope y'all feeling like me, because once again, I'm feeling amazing. Well, let me start off by saying this. Everything that I do is for fun and games, informational, entertainment, educational purposes only. I do this because I want to. You do this because you want to, not because somebody told you to. And with that being said, I know my rights and all my rights are reserved. Okay, this is right here. I got an email from one of my subscribers, of course, and y'all know how I am. I like to always feedback every time I learn something new and go over something that might be useful out there to you guys. I always come with it. So this right here is the S Corp. You know, the S Corp is a business entity that offers significant tax advantages while still preserving your ownership and flexibility, right? This is a tax code that was enacted into law by Congress in 1958. Right? So, the S Corp support and encourage the creation of small businesses and family businesses while eliminating double taxations. That meaning you don't have to pay taxes double whenever you got an S Corp. It's a little different from any of the other types of businesses that might be formed. All right, so a C Corp is subject to pay corporate taxes, and we already know that it can vary from small things to a lot of high things. So you gotta, know what it is. Now, to form an S Corp, you must follow these types of limitations. These types, you gotta follow it to the T, or else you won't be able to even open up an S Corp. All right. You gotta have 100 or less shareholders. That means you gotta have 100 people that's within your business, within your organization, that are shareholders, and they are required to have a domestic business. Got to be a domestic business. C, the shareholders of the S corporation must be a U.S. citizen or a resident of the United States. Wow. So you see what that means. Now, D, restricted only by one class of stock. That means if they are inside your S corporation and they want to be inside there and y'all want to build, they can't have a whole bunch of different stocks. They only can be invested in one particular class of stock. So let's go to page 2. Like I said, I was over here banging on the beach, y'all, writing these notes down. So I hope y'all got a pen and pencil ready, piece of paper. S Corp is only if you're staying within the United States. That means if you're doing business within the United States, you can form an S Corp. But if you're going to do business outside of the United States, then that's when you got to form a C corporation, because that's better for tax purposes only. Then to qualify, to even qualify to open up a S corporation, you must be a domestic corporation. Got to be domestic. Allowable shareholders. They have to be within good standings. One or more, no less than 100 shareholders, one class of stock, and must not be an ineligible corporation. Then once you get all that stuff and get all you guys paper ready, now you got to submit the form 2553 for tax purposes to elect the S corporation status, and you have to do it by March 15th. No matter what, any year that you guys are out there trying to do this and form an S corporation, it has to be done by March 15th. 75 days after forming you're doing your business as and filling out your corporation thing from there to elevate to an S corporation. Now, the restrictions, well, let's go with the pros. It's always pros and cons when forming any types of company. Now, the pros from forming an S corporation is tax advantages, 1. 2, asset protection. 3, flexibility with characterization of income. That means as the money come in, it's a little bit easier as the owner to do whatever you want. You can, that's how you pay yourself and things like that. Now, let's move on to the cons. Now, remember, there's always pros and there's always cons. Restrictions. Number 1, restrictions on ownership. Remember how I said over there it was flexibility of ownership? Now, one of the cons is restrictions. That means there are certain things you can do as an owner and certain things you can't do as an owner, period. Now, you got to be cautious about the wages and dividends that you pay yourself. Of course, everybody must know that. You got to know how to pay yourself and know how much to give yourself without being hit for real taxes and getting hurt. Now, see, as I move on to the last thing about the con is tax qualification mistakes. You got to also find somebody that know how to do taxes. You got to get with a team of people that are marketable, that are already into the business of doing taxes to actually do your taxes. That's what it is to form an S Corp. And with that being said, like, share, subscribe. And I hope that was some good nuggets for some people that was out there thinking about forming an S Corp. Before you can actually form an S Corp, you have to have your first corporation. You got to start from bottom level, then slowly move your way up. And from there, Money Boy, like, share, subscribe. Hope that helped a lot of you people out there. Nuggets. I'm out.